back with Third Degree. Issues around racism, prejudice and hate crimes are discussed over and over again on this show and in the rest of the media. We wanted to do something different, and instead of bemoaning the fact that pockets of bigotry and hatred exist in our country, we want to ask what can be done to change things. We put a series of questions to a variety of experts, all focused on solutions, with some interesting results. Why have we not progressed further when it comes to healing racial divisions in our society?
There are huge divisions, including racial divisions, and there are big mistakes that we've made. I think one of the most substantive mistakes is that we haven't addressed the inequalities within our society. And because we haven't addressed these inequalities, our society has remained polarized. And that polarization partly takes class terms, rich and poor. But sometimes, and very often, it manifests itself in racial terms, white and black. And it seems to me that we haven't been able to succeed in that.
There's a race card, but the new generation's entirely non-racial, and they don't understand race, and they don't understand why we talk about race. So we have to balance their desire to live in a new South Africa with some of the realities from the past.
It's going to be with us for quite some time, because you still have some pockets of non-believers in democracy until today. That's why we have what we have today.
Why do we still see hate crimes?
Because people all over the world are crazy. And I mean, because all over the world they're trying to get rid of aliens. They're trying to say that it's all because of somebody who's different from us, and because we don't feel good about ourselves, so we bash someone else.
Well, we see hate crimes, and there's no question about it, is given the fact that we're such a polarized society, given the fact that we are such a divided society, given the fact that there's such a rage in our society, there is a very easy possibility that with the right spark, we can see hate crimes. And we've seen a variety of manifestations of it. We've seen the crimes that emerged in the xenophobia attacks just a few years ago, where black Africans were particularly targeted.
Hate crime is just like racial discrimination itself, because hate crime, it's you find it even amongst blacks themselves, or between black and white. You do get that. But it's something which unfortunately is still with us. We come from a very violent past, which is not settling in immediately or as quickly as we all hoped is going to be. And the thinking was that maybe the Truth and Reconciliation Commission was wind up quite early. It needed to continue for quite some time to deal with these issues.
What needs to change in order for there to be a breakthrough when it comes to racist or bigoted attitudes?
We need to address inequality in our society. We have to address the character of our society, the polarized character of the society. And that only can be done by a couple of things: by developing an inclusive economy, by giving everyone in our society hope. Because if we simply start fighting over an existing pie, that pie becomes smaller and smaller, and it becomes more and harder to share.
Well, South Africa's gift to the world can be tolerance and how to get on together. And I think we can do a lot more than we've done. And look, I think, thank heavens, we're not as vicious as they are in Europe or as they are in other parts of Africa. I mean, there are things that sometimes turn here, like we've seen with the xenophobia, but I think we haven't risen to the heights of the war on terror. We haven't risen to the heights of stereotyping people like we've seen with Islamophobia, the fear of veils and so on that we see in France. It's really weird stuff. And I don't think as South Africans we get that at all.
And there we have to leave it. We are still interested in hearing from you. You can email us on thirddegree@etv.co.za or fax us on 011-880-8883, or you can follow us via social media. We're on both Facebook and Twitter. Thanks so much for watching us, and do join us again next week for more provocative journalism.